In this video, we'll walk through how to use IREx as the lead study team or coordinating center, which we refer to as the IREx study manager. A few things happen before study managers get access to a study in IREx. First, the single IRB or reviewing IRB should educate you on their SIRB process. Study managers should submit the study in the SIRB's local IRB system as instructed, and the SIRB will create the study in IREx. Once the SIRB has created the study, all study managers the SIRB added to IREx will receive an email notification. Next steps are outlined in this email. Study managers can use this email to confirm the SIRB would like them to complete the actions listed in Step 1. There is also a link to sign up to attend a Coordinating Center Lead Study Team training, and a link to review all resources available to IREx study managers. After logging into IREx, search for a study by name, find it on the Study Manager dashboard, or from the menu on the left, which shows the number of studies being managed in IREx. This menu also lists studies on which the user is listed as a member of a relying site. Before getting into next steps, let's get oriented to the study page. First, there's a checklist outlining next steps on the left. We will walk through this step by step later in the video. Next, there are 5 tabs in the black bar: the Onboarding tab, the Approvals tab, the Status Summary tab, the Sites tab, and the Contacts tab. IREx automatically lands on the Approvals tab, where there are tabs for both study-wide IRB approvals and the study's approval history. Before we dig further into the Approvals tab, let's orient to the Onboarding tab. You can upload documents like a site-specific or Part 2 consent template, or any other documents that will help facilitate the site's local submission process. SIRB liaisons can also upload documents here when they create the study, so you may already see documents here. All documents uploaded here, along with the site's SIRB instructions, will be available to sites throughout the life of the study. You can upload new or updated documents that sites should have access to that do not go through SIRB review, and can archive outdated documents at any time. If the SIRB didn't already upload the initial approval for the overall study or lead site, this will be the first step highlighted on the checklist. If you do not see this step, it has already been completed. Once the SIRB has issued approval for the overall study or lead site, click the step to upload and document your initial approval. Start by indicating the study status is approved. This will highlight all the required fields, such as the IRB number for the study in the SIRB system, the risk level for the study, and the study's review cycle, when it is to be reviewed again. IREx uses this date to trigger a continuing review reminder in the future. Please also indicate whether the lead site will be enrolling participants, so IREx knows whether to require consent documentation for the site. Non-enrolling sites do not require consent documentation. The dates of submission, review, approval, and expiration must also be entered. In the next section, IREx will highlight the required approval documents that must be uploaded. For example, the IRB approval documentation and the approved IRB application must be uploaded. Below, under Uploaded Documents, the version of the protocol and consents uploaded by the SIRB when they created the study will be listed. If the protocol was updated during the initial review, click Replace Draft and update the protocol version number or name and the document. If the protocol listed is the correct approved protocol, click Accept Draft. If the SIRB uploaded consent forms when they created the study, verify that those are the consents that were approved. If changes were made, click Delete the consent documents and upload new versions. Other study-wide approved documents can be made available to all sites by uploading them here, including the grant application for the study, an investigator's brochure, device manual, and/or package insert, study-wide measures such as questionnaires, study-wide recruitment materials, and other additional IRB approved documents. After all the approved documents that are to be made available to all sites have been uploaded, the type of document may be edited to simplify the description for sites. For example, click the pencil beside the document type, and a dialog will open where the document can be renamed or an additional descriptor may be added. The final step is to review the information and publish the approval by checking the box highlighted in yellow. Publishing the approval means that any site and user with access to the study can view the documents. If the approval isn't ready to be published quite yet, click Save and return to the approval to publish later. The approval can also be published from the checklist. Sites are not notified that the approval is posted to IREx. Notifying sites is one of the next steps. After the lead site approval has been published, those steps disappear from the checklist. The next step is to add participating sites. Sites can also be added by clicking the Sites tab. Please note that this step can be done before the lead site approval is uploaded as well. Unless this study is a network or consortium study, indicate sites will be added by name or FWA. The FWA, or Federal Wide Assurance Number, is a unique site identifier assigned by the Office of Human Research Protections. Then, begin typing site FWA numbers or names under Add a Participating Site. Sites will appear as the name is typed in. Please select carefully as some sites have what are called components to their FWA. If there are multiple component sites and it's unclear if the correct one has been chosen, no worries. Select the main FWA site, and their HRPP can correct it when they register for the study. After adding the site, enter the PI's contact information as well as any study team members. A study team member is not required, but strongly encouraged given their role in keeping things on track at the site. Multiple study team members may be added by clicking Add Contact. After the site is saved, other sites may be added. Other sites can also be added later. As sites are added, a list will form in the Sites tab. Here in the Sites tab, site contacts can be edited or emailed, or the site can be removed if they do not take part in the study. Please note that adding the site PI and study team member does not grant them access to IREx. They will be granted access to the study in IREx when they and their HRPP are notified the study is in IREx, which is the next step in this process. The next step in IREx is to notify and grant access to participating sites. However, this should only be done after the lead site approval has been published in IREx. Only continue on with the next steps outlined in this video once the overall study or lead site approval has been published in IREx. Once the lead site approval is posted and sites have been listed on the study, click Grant Site Access from the checklist to be taken to the Status Summary tab. Here, see whether sites have completed the required reliance agreements and have access to IREx. If sites have access to IREx, click the blue Notify and Grant Access button to notify the site of the study. When this button is clicked, the notification email is available for preview before clicking Send Now. This is the notification sent to Relying Site Human Research Protections Program personnel and the study PI and any study team members listed on the study. The local PI, who's listed in the email, and study team member now have access to the study in IREx. This email instructs the study team to log into IREx to retrieve approved study documents and prepare their local submission. This email is also intended to connect the study team with their local HRPP so they can discuss how to initiate reliance for the study. After notifying the sites of the study, IREx will send an email notification to all study managers when a site registers for the study. This is reflected on the Status Summary tab with a Started status under Reliance Decision. Study managers are also copied on a notification when the HRPP indicates reliance for the study, which will be reflected in a Completed Reliance Decision status. If the PI attests to the PI survey before their HRPP has documented their local reviews in IREx, a notification will be sent to all study managers that the PI survey is available for pre-screening. The PI survey can be pre-screened from the Status Summary tab. Local considerations drop down for the site to ensure, for example, that the site's local consent forms were attached. If changes are needed, the study team member or PI can edit the PI survey. Once the site has completed their local considerations, all study managers will receive another notification. From the Status Summary tab in IREx, pre-screen all the local consideration surveys for completeness and to see if changes or updates are needed from the site HRPP or study team. If a study manager requests any changes, they will be notified when those changes are made, and the changes will be outlined in the notification. Once all steps have been completed by a site and their local considerations have been completed and screened, export the site's information and submit it to the SIRB. From the Export Data button, export local considerations. A folder with all the documents completed for the site will appear, including the site's reliance documentation, the institutional profile, the HRP survey, the PI survey, and any consent forms, if applicable, for the study. Submit these documents to the SIRB via their preferred submission method. Once the SIRB grants a site approval, the study manager uploads the approved documents to IREx. There is a step in the checklist for this. Select the site that has been approved by the SIRB from the left-hand side. Once their status has been marked as approved, the required fields will be highlighted. After one site's approval has been uploaded, additional sites may be selected and their approvals may be uploaded in the same session. After saving the Relying Site Approvals dialog, a notification is sent to the Relying Sites HRPP and study team contacts. Study team contacts should log into IREx to download their approval documents. Study managers can view what sites see for their approvals from the Approval History tab. To do this, use View As and select the appropriate site. Each site can view their IRB review dates as well as global documents approved with the overall or lead site approval and their site-specific documents. Study teams can also download global and site-specific documents with one click. Before we end, we'd like to share a few other convenient features for study managers. If a site HRPP requests you resend the IREx invitation to a study, this can be done for sites that have been notified but have not yet gotten started. From the Status Summary tab, click Contacted in the Reliance Decision column. IREx will display the last time a notification was sent just in case the wrong site was selected or a notification was recently resent. Use the Contacts tab to see who has access to the study for each site. After a site gets access, they can add new study team members and PIs for their site. From the Sites tab, additional study team members can also be added. Simply click the Contacts button for the appropriate site. When it's time to upload a study-wide amendment or continuing review, use the Manage Versions button on the Study-wide IRB Approvals tab. Finally, the Study Manager dashboard provides a nice at-a-glance view of sites' progress across all studies being managed in IREx. The Study Manager dashboard shows the study title, the number of sites that have registered over the total number of sites listed on a study, sites' progress completing the required agreements. If any studies require indemnification or an LOI, that will also be displayed. Sites indicating reliance, sites completing all elements of local consideration, and sites with current approval. The expiration date is also listed for convenience. That should be enough to get you started. Email us at admin@irbexchange.org if you have any questions. Thanks for watching.